First of all, this video did not feel like a tourism ad for me personally. It felt more like a short film. It felt almost like a piece of art, if I'm being honest. Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. My name is Portelles, and for today's video we have a very special reaction, or should I say more of a commentary video, because we are going to be talking about some of the tourism videos that in my opinion did not get enough recognition. And of course that includes myself, you know, because my last video on this channel was actually my top 15 videos that in my opinion were the ones that really stood out for me. And I think that for each one of those videos I spent at least a good 2 minutes per candidate telling you some of my reasons for putting them on the top list and why I selected them in the first place. But of course, something else that I mentioned on that video was that every single candidate for this particular challenge did put a lot of work. Especially during a pandemic, it is a big challenge to portray, to create a fair representation of your city, of your locality, because sometimes you don't have access to all of the things that normally you would. For those and many other reasons, I decided to put this video together. And if anything, I think that I'm doing this video because I believe these ones in particular deserved a little bit more recognition, and I had to trim it down to a top 15 because obviously otherwise that other video would have been like 40 minutes and no one is gonna watch that. But I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do, please don't forget to leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, let me know in the comment section if you agree with my highlights for this video, and also with the comments that I'm providing, my feedback, my reasoning, and all of that. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed.
Be strong.
Alright everyone, so let's get right into it. Let's start by talking about Vinci Bacalares from Cagayan de Oro. And Vinci, in my opinion, was one of the girls who put the most personality into this challenge. Honestly, her video was just so dynamic, so creative, so much fun to watch that it really makes me feel like she went the extra mile and put a lot of effort into this. Of course, something that I really loved about the video was the fact that she made it so relatable. She had a storyline, she had like characters within the video, and also that she was portraying the city in a way that was very effortless. It was almost like a journey. She was taking the transportation to go visit some places, take some pictures, and then she was meeting a friend at the end. So it was very cohesive. You could tell that there was a previous preparation for this video. I feel like the fact that she was taking photos and posting them on social media during the video just made it that much more relatable, because people can actually see that and they will feel like, oh, I actually want to do that. I want to go to that place and take a picture as well, and I want to share it with my friends. That will be a lot of fun. So from the perspective of a tourism video, I feel like this one was very efficient. And like I was telling you, in a very effortless way, she was able to include a bunch of things about her locality, such as the transportation, how easy it is to move around, such as welcoming people, you know, meeting with friends. And at some point she even had like a dance break within her ad, and I was just like, whoa. We saw some food, we saw some historical places, we saw some outdoors. So in my opinion, Vince's video had a lot to offer. The only reason why she didn't make my top 15, and if I'm being fully transparent, she was the top 16, it's because it felt a little bit more like a vlog than a tourism ad. But regardless of that, the video is really outstanding. She had storytelling, she had like stunning visuals, and I mean, I'm really happy with it. So congrats to you, Vinci. Next one on the list, we have Jasmine Umali from Manila. And of course, you guys know how much I love Jasmine. She's one of the girls that I had here on the channel for one of the interviews, and she is just stunning. This girl, I mean, just looking at her, it's already worth your time. So if you haven't seen her video, please go and watch it. Jasmine delivered something that was very on brand, you know, and it was the fact that she was presenting us Manila under her own perspective. It wasn't like the typical thing or whatever. Yes, she did show important places and all of that, but I really had the perception that it felt like a vlog, in the sense that Jasmine was just taking us to her favorite places and telling us why she loved it so much, and you know, just having a good time. It didn't feel necessarily like a tourism ad, in the sense that it wasn't as structured, it wasn't as maybe planned as other videos that we saw within the same category. But I feel like she made it extremely relatable, extremely accessible for people. If you're looking for places that you would like to visit and you don't want to get like the propaganda type of ads, but you just want to see the experience, what it feels like, I feel like Jasmine's video was very good at telling you that precisely. She's another one of the girls who had a little bit of storytelling within her video at the end when she wakes up, you know. And that's something that I really appreciate, because Jasmine not only is a beautiful girl, but she is also known for having a very friendly, funny, witty personality, and I'm glad to see that she was able to incorporate those elements as well within this video. So in my opinion, not only it's a beautiful representation of Manila, but it also represents very well Jasmine as a person. So this is a win-win situation. Love you, girl. Next one on the list, we have Christina Rodriguez representing for Baguio. And I know that with my top 15, a lot of people were a little bit upset because Baguio was not on my list. And let me tell you why. First of all, this video did not feel like a tourism ad. For me personally, it felt more like a short film. It felt almost like a piece of art, if I'm being honest. So that's actually a compliment for Christina and for her team, because they were able to deliver something that was so beautiful and so well put together. Everything from the way that they planned the shots and the way that they decided to showcase Baguio was just like so unique compared to other videos. Especially, I really have to focus on the script and the voiceover that Christina was able to deliver. That felt like poetry. Honestly, that was no like tourism description whatsoever. They really went the extra mile when it comes to putting something that was just very heartfelt, very authentic, and that it was coming from a place of appreciation more than anything. I will say that more than a tourism video, this felt like a love letter to Baguio, and for that reason, I really have to give her props. Another thing that was very refreshing about this video was that Christina was not swallowed by the video, in the sense that there were a lot of shots of Baguio and there were a lot of, you know, like B-roll, but you had just enough shots of Christina to know that she is there, that she was looking beautiful, stunning, and all of that. I mean, she was serving. I feel like the focus really remained at all time on Baguio, on the locations, on what you can see and what you can expect if you decide to visit. So definitely that was a very good balance, and I'm really glad, because let's not forget that this was the main task. This is a tourism video, so the purpose here is to make people want to visit, want to discover more. And this one, enrolled with all of those beautiful words, with the beautiful cinematography, and with all of the mystery that they were able to incorporate, I feel like it was one of the really successful ones. Next one on the list, we have Harshi Pasera representing for La Paz. And when I was looking for more videos that I wanted to give a spotlight to, this one really came to mind because it shows, in my opinion, a side of the Philippines that we don't see as often. Now, in most of the videos that we were presented for the tourism challenge, we always see the cities and the activities and the fun things that you can do and discover in the Philippines. But I feel like this video for La Paz really focused on a side of the Philippines that sometimes tend to be a little forgotten, or at least put to the side. We saw a lot of nature, and we saw people who didn't necessarily have a lot, speaking from a material point of view. However, I love how positive the portrait that they made was at all times. The shots that we saw of the locals, they always looked happy. They looked like they were having fun. They looked like they had like this sense of community and that they were there for one another. That was definitely very refreshing. I love the fact that Hershey was wearing a traditional costume from beginning to end, and that she was really putting the emphasis. I feel like that more than the location, it was about tradition, it was about culture, it was about community, values, and just being together and kind of preserving that. And even the choice of music that they had, it just made it feel like a discovery, like an adventure, a journey. It was exciting. And once again, although from a visual point of view this video was more on the simple side, it was very successful in creating that sense of wanting me to discover more, wanting me to look more into it and maybe experience that for myself. And that is where tourism ad is all about. So I honestly feel like Harshi did a very good job with this one. Next, we have Kaesha Coron from Iloilo, and I mean, this girl, what can I tell you about her video? Two things. I love the cinematography of this video. It just felt more than a tourism ad. It felt like a short movie in the sense that it was very well edited. It was very put together, and I felt like they had a concept. They were going for the contrast in between the training shots, you know, like we started with Kaesha just running around Iloilo, and then we had the shots of her as a beauty queen just kind of presenting, you know, the city and the locations and all of that. And I like the way that they did it because it kind of shows that duality, that contrast between being a beauty queen that, you know, requires a lot of physical preparation, a lot of discipline, and a lot of training. But then there's also this beautiful side where you get to show your city, to talk about your culture, the people, and the values, and then just represent it on a national scale, sometimes even international. Another thing that I really appreciated about Kaesha's video is that she focused on different things, not just about the locations or the geography of Iloilo, but already she had like that story of trading versus beauty queen, but then she also spent a moment talking about family. And we had this beautiful shot that she was with this elderly lady, which I'm guessing is a family member. We had moments of her showing us like the local dishes and the things that they eat. So once again, in the same way that Umali showed us Manila through her eyes, I feel like this was Iloilo through Kaesha's eye. She was going for family, tradition, local dishes, hard work, and a lot of pride in showcasing her city. When you put everything that you have into a video, you can feel the honesty, you can feel the respect, and I feel like Kaesha's video really embodied that, because there's just this sense of grandness as you watch her video. Everything from the music, the shots, the selection of topics that they wanted to portray, it's just very successful. So once again, just congrats, Kaesha. The last video that I wanted to highlight is for Megan DeGal, representing for Bukidnon. And let me tell you about this video. I actually got to interview Megan recently, and we were able to talk about this one in particular, and it's really surprising. You'll be shocked to find out that Megan was not even in the Philippines when this video was shot. There was just so much work and planification that went into it, because Megan was actually in Thailand and she couldn't go to the Philippines at that moment because of the pandemic. So she really had to find a way to recreate Bukidnon and kind of represent it fairly from Thailand. So she had to go and get the horses, she had to go and plan to find a way to get a costume and make it work. Having that conversation with her just really made me have an added layer of appreciation for everything that she did present to us in such a beautiful way, and also such a simple way, because it was one of the videos that once again was more on the simple side of things. You could feel that pride, that sense of honor that she was embodying as she was talking and representing for Bukidnon. Obviously, this was a collaboration. She told me that as she was in Thailand, there was a videographer that was working with her from the Philippines, and they were taking the aerial shots of Bukidnon, the mountains and all of that. And in my opinion, this is one of those situations where, you know, when life gives you lemons, you have to make lemonade. And she made the best that she possibly could with the resources that she had at the time. So really have to give her some recognition, show her some love for going the extra mile and not giving up in the face of adversity. I mean, if I was in her shoes, I would just be freaking out. Maybe I would have just given up completely, but she didn't. And she was able to present a beautiful video with extremely beautiful shots, a lot of substance, and also that you can feel the honesty and the appreciation behind it. So great job, Megan. So there you have it, everyone. Those were 6 videos that I wanted to highlight that in my opinion did not get as much recognition at first, but I know that the candidates put just as much heart and as much effort into making these pieces. And so once again, for you guys out there, I know that sometimes it's hard to cover every single candidate because of obviously time restrictions, and you know, it's a long process, but I do love and appreciate every single one of the candidates. So just keep that in mind. And actually, how well you do during a challenge or you don't, it doesn't determine what you can deliver finally during coronation night. So whenever you get to that point in the competition where you can show what you have, that is the moment where we're gonna know who are the front runners in this competition. So I really hope that you appreciated this video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, let me know in the comment section, what do you want to see next on my channel. So before you go, just come here and give me a hug. That's a little tradition on this channel. You know that I love you, that I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and spending a few moments here with me. And until I see you next time, please stay safe, be kind to one another, sending you all my love, all my kisses, and I'll see you soon. Bye.